Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here in my Hobonichi Weeks planner and we are going to plan for the week of September 28th. I am using this kit called Autumn Ambiance by Planner Pixie Co. And there's a reason I chose this kit for today or this week. It's that this whole sort of setup here reminds me of our backyard. So the sort of wicker furniture and the fire and the lights and the trees. So we have a setup like this in our backyard. We don't have a fireplace like this. We have a fire table. And we actually don't have a tree in our yard. But when we got married in our yard 3 years ago, we did have lights strung all across the backyard and on the deck, and it was just really, really beautiful. And the 30th happens to be our anniversary, so I thought this was a good week, an appropriate week to use this one. It is a full page kit, which you guys know I've been loving, but look what happened last week. So I'm a little bit nervous about putting this one down. This planner, I don't know, guys. Like, look, let's do a chunk check. Look at that. This, hold on. This is what we have planned so far. This is what's to remain. Now the year does end, like we don't have to fill the entire thing with stickers. It ends, hold on. It ends here, but oh boy, I mean the whole thing was, not that much bigger than what's left in there when we started. It was a lot smaller. So we've got some chunk going on. I will be amazed if it lasts, but I hope that it does. As we get closer to the end of the year in this planner, I become less and less set on staying in a hobo for 2021. The first half of the year and even through the summer was pretty decent in terms of the chunk and how it how it looked, but this I think is getting maybe a bit much. It's really hard to write in it. I don't enjoy writing in it anymore. I'm going to keep using it until the end of the year, but it's just, it might be a bit much. That is super crooked, but it went down without wrinkling, so I am going to call that a win. In my mind, it definitely is. And this one, if they had like a coil bound hobo. Whoa, no. I don't want this one to be ruined too. If they had a coil bound hobo, I would be all over that, but they do not. I may yet make one and either have it bound or put it on discs. It's funny, I moved away from discs basically entirely in the second half of the first half of this year, and then have gone back to, oh, that actually didn't wrinkle as much as I thought. I've gone back to them since because, well, many reasons. But I mean, they are very versatile. There's no getting around that. It's just the sort of binding it together part at the end of the year I prefer when they're not on discs, because I always feel like they end up being a bit piecemeal, and I don't know, it's just not my favorite. But for actual versatility and using it day to day, which is the point, I realize, I know they are great. I would like another coil bound planner as a memory keeper in 2021. Okay, that pulled the backing off too. But I'm not sure in that case like which one to get, because I don't actually know of many that would be similar enough in its layout in a coil bound. So I gotta do some research on that. Okay, if you know of one, leave it down below. I know there's the A&N vertical, I think it is, weekly. But the layout of that is very different and I like it. It looks cool, but just in terms of like the bottom washi and stuff, it wouldn't, like I would end up with a lot of white out again. All right, let's see what we are doing this week. We are not doing very much. Wednesday it's actually, yeah, it's a really quiet week compared to the past couple, and I don't know why. So, or maybe just the past one? No, two. So let's mark down that Wednesday is our anniversary. So we'll use this blue one here. So I'm just gonna write our 3rd anniversary. Whoops. And we will use the tweezers if my hand can stop shaking. Holy cow. Okay. So we're gonna just put this right there on Wednesday for that. Other than that, there's not tons. So let's mark down, whoops, I'm gonna mark down some paydays. So I'm just gonna use these bows. So I will have one on Tuesday. My husband will have one on Friday. And then I think I'll mark down, I'm just gonna put a little checkbox on the boxes, on the days rather, that I have to, I'm gonna use blue, I think, that I have to do my, what is it called? Lineup for my fantasy football. So that will be Monday and Sunday next week. So let me write some of this in. So, fantasy football lineup, payday, and that's Etsy. This is payday, and it's my husband, and then this is fantasy football lineup again. If you are new to my channel, first of all, welcome. Second of all, if you are wondering why I put so little in this planner, it is because I use it more as a little journal. I use it sort of to jot down notes so that then if I want to memory keep a week, like if something happens and I decide that I want to do a full memory keeping spread on it, which I am so far behind on, by the way, I can do so by referring to the notes on here. So I use this section just to write down what we have for dinner each night, and then I do like to put down these little checklists here just to separate the days a little bit, so that when I'm writing, I don't write 3 bullet points each time. I'll just use sort of just this area here for each day. Sometimes, if a lot has happened, I will go into the next day, or I'll even just continue over here and jot some notes down. So this is sort of where, over the course of the day and the week, if something happens, or like memorable, or even just some of the mundane, right, that we like to remember, especially these days, I can jot it down, and then I'm not trying to figure out which day something happened. I just sort of jot a couple notes at the end of each day. All right, so that is it. Quick and simple setup for next week for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and don't forget to check me out over on Instagram and Etsy at A Pretty Planscape. I'll see you all again soon. Bye, friends.